Hello and welcome to this video. It's Isaac Adebi here, and in this video I'm going to be walking you through 10 things you need to do after you get a new business idea. So you got an idea for a business, or you got an idea for anything at all, and you don't know where to start from. In this video I'll be showing you what you need to do, what you need to check to get that idea from just being an idea to something that can be created or something that is created. So whether it's a product idea, whether it's a business idea, whether it's even an invention, these steps are going to work with you. So let's go. The very first thing you want to do is write it down. Now, I'm a Christian and the Bible tells me that we should write the vision, make it plain. So you should write down your vision. There is power in writing down anything that comes to your mind. The thing about ideas is that ideas flow. When you get an idea, that idea is not going to stick with you forever. The idea is going to disappear. So you want to catch the idea like it's flying in the wind, and you just catch it and keep it to yourself. So the best way you can do this is by writing the idea down. So don't expect the ideas to just come and keep on coming. Like you got an idea before you go to bed. Don't just go to bed and think you remember. Trust me, you would not remember. I have so many ideas I've lost because of I thought I would remember them. Write them down. So that's the very first thing. As you're writing it down, it's giving you more clarity and it's also sticking to you more. And the next thing is ponder and break it down. So don't just get ideas and just keep them. Just get these ideas and ponder on them. Now when you're thinking of them, you're trying to explore the idea. You're trying to see every single tentacle of the idea. So you're looking at, what's this idea about? How can this idea work? What can this idea do? How can I make this idea work? You are trying to look at different areas around the idea. So let me give an example. Let's say I got an idea for a shoe that shines itself. So I just got this idea randomly. So I just start thinking about the idea. What's going to happen? Like how will it feel when somebody wears this shoe and the person is walking and people are like, man, I love this shoe. So okay, how can I make it possible? What can I do? Who can I talk to if I make this possible? What other features can I add to it? So you're pondering on the idea. When you're thinking about something, you are going all extra length. You are just thinking about it. When you ponder on the idea, you're able to break it down, and then when you get abstract ideas, you write down this idea under the idea. Like for example, I'm thinking about an idea and I'm just taking a walk. I used to take my book with me, and as you're thinking about the idea, new ideas will start coming to you. So you start jotting down these new ideas concerning that particular thing you're actually thinking of. So, and the next thing is the benefit of this idea. So you just got this idea, you want to think about what the benefits this idea can bring to the world, what's the best transformation that people can get when this idea is implemented. So recently I thought of an idea of like a freelance platform where people would render service for service, like other freelance platform. When you come as a graphic designer, you get paid in cash. So I thought of the fact that, okay, like why can't you create a system whereby a graphic designer comes in and then is getting paid not in cash but in something else. So let's say is paid in a content. So I create 2 flyers for you, give me 1 page of content. So that's an idea I just thought of. Now I start thinking, okay, what's going to happen? Like what's the benefit this idea can bring? How will it affect people's life? So you want to get all of these things, because as you're getting them, it's number one, is actually making you want to work on the idea more, and it's also allowing you to see a lot of ways this idea can help people. So you want to picture how this idea can help people. You want to understand the benefits it can bring, how it can affect the world. Every big idea you have should be able to contribute to the world in one way or another. So you want to think about these things. Don't just write it out. Don't just think that you know it, but actually sit down and think about it. You will discover one too many ways that these things can actually work. And then the next thing is check the demand. So if you're working on a business idea, check the demand for that idea. Now don't just create don't just work on ideas that you don't know that people need. Now you might think that yes, somebody's going to need this idea, it's very amazing, but still ask people. Now when I posted this idea I just thought of, and I got a lot of replies, people telling me that it's going to be so amazing, and this is validating the fact that yes, this thing is going to work. So don't just create a business because you got an idea. Actually ask people, get to know whether people need this thing, get to know whether this thing is in demand, whether somebody has created it before. Even if someone have not created it before, you want to know whether, okay, if I create these things, will people respond to it? Is this something that people need at this particular period? So if it's something that they don't need at this period, if you work on it, then you won't be making any profit. You might even get tired out of it. But when it's something that people need, you get fired to want to work more. Are you following me? So the next thing is, how can it be implemented? Now you've not started implementing, but you are still in the thought process. Now this idea, how can I work on this idea? What and what can I do to make this idea effective? Now you got your idea, you know how it's going to help people, you've thought about it a lot of times. Now you've seen the demand. Now you want to know, how can I work on this idea? You're not trying to follow it alphabetically. You're just trying to just see how it can work. Okay, do I need to set up a website? Do I need to use a social media page? Do I need to work with this person? Can I do it on my own? Can I start with myself? Do I need people? How can I work on it? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? How can this idea be implemented? What steps, what methods can I use to make it implemented? Now you're writing everything down. You are not trying to check your own cost. You're not trying to check, maybe I don't have the money. Just write out how it can be implemented, because you want to know how this idea can work. You want to know if it's workable. So you are trying to see how it can be implemented. And then the next thing now is check the cost. Now the Bible says that you should make, after making the vision, you need to check the cost. There's somebody that's going to build a house without checking the cost before building the house. You need to first of all check the cost. So you've looked at how it can be implemented. You now need to check the cost of implementation. How much is it going to cost you to set up this thing? It's a business, right? Okay, how much is it going to cost you to set it up? Do you think you are able to go for it right now? So you want to know the cost. You want to know the cost. There are some business ideas that if you think about them well, you're going to realize that you don't even need anything at all to start up. Why? There are some that you need a whole lot. Some you think you need money, but all you need is a skill. Like for example, you have a business idea that requires you to set up a website, and you don't have money to pay a website, someone that can build a website. You can decide to just go and learn website on your own and do it yourself. You get? So you want to check the cost first, so you get to know what you need. When you're checking the cost, it's not just about the money itself. No, you're checking the money, you're taking the resources, you're taking the knowledge that is needed, like the money that you're going to need. That's the monetary value. You're checking the knowledge you're going to need. Are there skills you have to learn that's going to cost you? You're checking the time. Do you have the time? Like, how much time do you know this thing is going to cost you? You're checking the resources. How much resources do you know this thing is going to cost you? You're checking the energy level. You're checking all of these things to know how much you are going to, how much is going to cost you. There's some business that don't require you to spend anything in monetary term, but they need you to spend your knowledge. You need to learn copywriting. You need to learn all of these things. Like, these are the things you have to, that it must cost you to get started. There's some business that would cost you your entire 24 hours. So you want to check the cost. And after this, you now want to look at alternatives. You want to, when you see the cost, let's say it's too much for you, it's something you cannot go for, then you want to break it down. You want to look for alternatives, or you want to start at a point that is not so expensive. So let's say it requires you to have a website. Now, instead of you having a website, you can start with a community, probably an Instagram community or a WhatsApp community where you put these people. So you want to just start up with the little you can. So check alternatives to always it can actually work. And as you're checking alternatives, also check people that are doing this same thing. So you have an idea. Let me tell you the truth, every idea you have has been done by somebody else. Like, it's very, very funny. Most of the brands that I've created, when I think of a brand name, I think that's the brand name I think that's the best brand name in the world, until I just go on Google and I see somebody has done the exact thing. I'm like, wow, so this idea is not just mine. So you want to check people that have also done something similar. And then the next thing is tell people that you know that can help you. Tell your workers, tell friends, tell people that you know that can assist you in monetary time. Tell investors. Now, if you're working to an investor and you've not followed the 1st to 8th plan, then you don't know what to say, because you're an investor that also invests in your business. Going to ask you, what's more of a business? What's the idea? How can I help people? How would I make money from it? If you've not thought about all of these things, there is no way you'll be able to impress the investor. So tell people that you know that can help you, and start anyways. And then the last thing is start and put in the work. So every idea depends on your ability to work. The reason many business fail, one of them is because of people are not willing to work. So you must be willing to put in the work. Just start. No matter how expensive an idea is, if you think very well, there's a way you can start at the lowest level. So just get started, and as you get started, you get to see more things are going to be unfold. Don't wait till the perfect time. There's no perfect time to start any idea. There is no clarity to be gained without starting. Every clarity is going to come on the road. You get? So put in the work, put in the efforts to get the most result that you want, and definitely you're going to get the best result. So follow these 10 steps if you want to start, if you want to move from just an idea to a created product or a created business. And I wish you all the best. So thank you very much for listening, and see you next Friday. It's Isaac Adebi here again from Addis Academy.